Hello, my name is Zhatelier and welcome back for another episode of Valhalla Vanguard in Aurora 4X. And in previous episode we did actually find quite a bit of new places, and now we are finally getting some more whalers out elsewhere outside our home system. Now what we could do, we could build on more whalers. We don't have the thorium harvesters pre-made, so it's going to take a bit longer time, but the 10 whalers that we have should be able to provide enough fuel for us for the time being. I think I'll just build more without that. I mean, it's going to take about half a year longer, I think, or something like that, per ship, but that's fine. I mean, the cost is technically the same. It's just, it would be quicker as you produce the thorium harvesters first, but that's not really an option. We need a lot of these things more than we need the thorium harvesters. Speaking of which, we've gotten one asteroid mining module ready. These nuclear thermal engines we can probably scrap. We don't really need them. We got some galleys out of that and some well. And then the survey sensors we will save up, for now at least. Cargo handling systems are also quite useful, so we'll save up those. So yeah, we don't actually need to worry about anything else there. Now, we still don't have any missile designs. If we had, we'd start producing the missiles, or at least some of the missiles already. Because we will be needing them sooner or later. Right. We got a lot of workers available here, and then let's see, we got a decent amount of fuel refineries, a lot of mines still. I have 21 automated mines. I mean, we've taken few of the mines here, 2 over here, and there's more coming. It's gonna take a while. And how much? Okay, the productions over here are down to a bit less than 1400 per year in total. Still gonna take a few years before we run out of neutronium and cobalt here, and uranium is gonna run out a couple of years after that. Oh right, that's the one that I wanted to check. Okay, the logistics research that we have is 55%. The one that we have here is 25%, so no point switching for that. It's okay. Now let's keep on going. We can see the tug going in there. And it's actually going fairly quickly. We found some more minerals in Snotra. What is not possible? Explorer 4. You haven't done your overhaul yet, have you? No, and you haven't resupplied. Okay, well, we got some things for you to do then. And then you can go back to Valhalla and find more jump points. Oh, low fuel. I see. Well, that's gonna be stopping us for a while now. Oh, the target is already returning. Well, we'll combine the fleets once both of the harvesters are there. Okay, research completed. We got the EM detection sensor 2.5 hull size, and then we started on the fire control for the missiles. The one with about 70 million kilometer range. Which, again, is not huge against precursors and such. But it will do. Oh, right, the fuel shortages are still a thing. Although it should be arriving soon. Well, it's still in Munin. It's been on his way for a while. Okay, shipyard modified. We got the fisherman in Valhalla in pretty good shape. Okay, we still haven't done all that much in terms of the modules here. Each one of them is 120, so we're only making 5 per year right now. The thing is, you know what, I'm gonna change this back to 20. Okay, well, first of all put it down and then switch back to 20. And we'll increase this up to 20. I mean, we've been using a lot of our industry building the automated mines, which is good, we do need them. At the same time, we now need the asteroid mining modules a bit more so that we can actually get some mining process going on, especially in Valhalla and places like that, where there's going to be plenty of minerals to be mined. Another place would be... I suppose there's quite a few places that we could be mining. Let's actually have a look. I don't remember if in Alta we had any good asteroids to mine. There's some minerals here. Oh, this one's not too bad. Uranium, neutronium, cold mine, boronite, mercatium, and vendorite. Okay, so there's definitely room for asteroid miners here in Alta, especially near the B. Well, there's no asteroids orbiting the star A, or the primary star, so yeah, that's the thing. How quickly do we get that now? We should be building, what, 10 mining modules per year? And we have 2 in the... Okay, so if we wait for a little bit, we can then at least start producing them. And we'll probably need to add another sleep wave for that anyway. It's going to cost, it's not too bad, it's going to take about 2 years to build, but that's fine. On the other hand, how long... Oh right, we didn't actually assign this. Well, I mean, we can retool it for the fisherman anyway. There we go. Now we could build one of these, it would take quite a while to build. I mean, it's not that bad actually. With the 2 asteroid mining modules, I mean, I suppose you can start building one that will have the mining modules ready for the next ship once that first one is ready and all that. So yeah, we'll start building one of those. It's going to be done in June next year. It's going to be a lot of ships next year. And there's also going to be the freighter done rather soon. Oh right, the low fuel is going to stop us. Never mind. Right, let's have a look at the Nestron. Are the... No, the TARC is bringing in... Is it bringing the first one or the second one? I think it's bringing the first one. Just going to check that real quick. Yeah, it's bringing the first one. Okay, never mind. Oh, there's some freighter movement here again. As is tradition, I suppose. If we get this whaler fleet big enough, then all the freighters can refuel here instead of in Hymir or Valhalla, and then that's going to save us a lot of bit fuel for example, military vessels and such, which currently we can only maintain in Valhalla. Let's see, so the first whaler fleet is already over there. What we'll do is we'll select this one. We'll rename this to Whaler Nestran, and it should be producing a decent bit of fuel. I mean, it's going to take a while before the fuel storages are full, but I'm okay with that. At least we can start getting some fuel. And the TARC will have some things to worry about anyway. Oh, the Explorer 1 is now complaining about not having things to do. Right, you don't need to resupply, but maintenance is certainly a thing that you do need. Oh, research completed. We got the fire control for missiles, and then we started on the thermal sensors. And we found some, well, mostly uranium in some asteroids in Gunnar again. Now let's have a look. Okay, the next research is going to be done in 6 days. Well, technically 10. And there's going to be... Oh, the iron drive is not that far away, and the power propulsion experience has increased. I'm not sure when that happened. I must have missed that one. But that's fine. I'm more than happy to have that increased. And okay, so the armor is not that far away. It's going to be next year, summer. Okay, and industry. So how many? We got another asteroid mining module at the storage. Good. Oh, the colony ship is, or the freighter is almost completed, and then we'll. Once one of the freighter crews is done with their work, then we'll assign another one there. There we go. So we'll leave it at the shipyard for now, but probably not for long. Overhaul completion for Longboat 6. Longboat 6, that was in Valley, if I'm not mistaken. I'll quickly have a... Yeah, I think that is correct. So, Explorer 6. Go to Moonin. And then to Valley, and... Yeah, that sounds about right. There's still plenty to explore there. The problem is the Moonin is just very expensive to go through, and we haven't found any gas giants there. Oh, we know that there's gas giants, but the planets are so far away that we haven't been able to explore them. Thus, we don't have fuel harvesters going in there. I mean, what we could do is we just park in one of the oilers once we get more of them. Oh, we got another... Well, first of all, we got the overhaul in Explorer 3 done, or the Longboat 3 done. We can send that one back to Alta, if I'm not mistaken. So, Nostrand and Alta, and we'll just make sure that you refuel that colony or tanker. So now I should choose the tankers at Nostrand instead, assuming that there's enough fuel in there. Right, and that should be okay. Then we got the new garrison build. How long until we get the construction battalion? Or brigade? Ah, that's gonna take a while. Okay. Now, I don't remember. How much does the garrison battalion is actually fairly cheap to transport. Now, of course, do we have the transport ship designed completely? I know that we had that somewhat in there. Oh, right, it's actually too big. It's too big. I mean, once we get the better armor, I suppose we can make that a bit cheaper and all that. Carry 5 battalions. I mean, we could also get rid of some of the fuel storage here. But I'm not sure. I suppose it should be okay. At the same time, we can then add in the better engines with this and all that. So it should be better. So we're not going to build any of these yet. But say we lower the cost a bit more. Now let's see. Is there anything that could build them? No, the colony ship could build the transports as well. At least now. I mean, we will need to redesign a lot of them once we get the better engines. But that's okay. It's good to know that we can build them without getting another shipyard, because we have quite a few already. That's one of the reasons why I try to go for somewhat similar sized ships in various parts. Okay, so we got the thermal sensors researched. Started on the active search sensor for hull size 100. We'll get some more minerals in an asteroid. Okay. Nothing all that important. We could probably build more garrison brigades if we wanted to. Overhaul for Longbow 4 has been completed. Explorer 5 is heading back to Valhalla. Right, so let's first of all send in the Explorer 4 back to Valaskjalf. So Nastrand, Valaskjalf, and I'll make sure that, yeah, you will be refueling from a tanker. Let's quickly have a look at the Nastrand. They do have 10% fuel already there, and they are actually producing a bit more, so one of the... or the commander of this actually is producing more now. I mean, that's fine by me. Okay, the target is already taking the next whaler over there to Nastran, so that should increase the production over there even further. Okay, maintenance failure in Longbow 5. It's a bit unfortunate, but there's not much I can do about that. And yeah, Gunnar has a lot of asteroids that we might be able to mine. Nothing seems to have a huge amount of minerals there, what we've seen so far. Oh, we got the ion drive. Right. We're going to design at least the commercial engines now, and maybe the engines for the longbows, because the longbows don't need to have a huge efficiency in the engines. Well, they don't need to have a huge speed is what I'm going after. So, let's design some engines, shall we? Right, if we go for the engine power 1 for the survey vessels, and I think I'll be using the hull size 10 for them most of the time. So we'll create that. Then lower the engine power to 0.4. Increase hull size to 25 for the smaller commercial engine. And then increase to 50 for the bigger one. And the 0.4 is just because the civilian engines don't need to be fast. So we don't need to increase the speed all that much for the ships, but if we decrease the amount of fuel that they use, then we're going to save a lot of fuel for the military ships. Right, so those are the engines that we do right now. I could get some decent engine power engines for the military vessels, but I think we're not going to do that right now. We're going to wait for the next engine power increase, because the missile, or not the missile, well, missiles as well, but not the military vessels, especially the point defense and such, they will probably need a decent speed to be able to catch up with the precursor ships and such, to be able to fire the missiles and such. I mean, the missiles are mostly for defensive purposes in this case, but especially for the... once we get the carrier and the Meson fighters and all that, then the Meson fighters need to be close enough so that they will get there in due time. But yeah, so for those combat engines will make as high efficient or high engine power as possible. Because the point is that they go in there, they destroy the enemy, and then they return back to base to refuel, so they won't be using the fuel all that much. At least hopefully. Right, but those 3 engines have now been designed. We're going to add that to the queue for the power and propulsion researcher. I think we'll start with that one. We'll start with the bigger engine and then the smaller one, because the smaller one is not used in most designs. It's mostly for the fuel harvesters, so they can move around a little bit. Right. That is quite a few research. Well, not all that many actually, but some research queued up at least. And then we'll add in, once we're done with the engine power, we'll add in the military engines there, because that's not going to take too long. And then we'll add in maybe the jump drive efficiency 6. Might even add it bigger if we want to. And the thing is, what we could do, at least there are some people who think that the commercial jump drive engines, since the efficiency is lower and all that, then they are kind of pointless. If you just make military jump drive engines, anything can jump with anything, then that's not really a problem in that case. Right, so we're going to get another research lab in about half a year. Let's start mining more trolls. There's still plenty to build there. Let's keep on going, and another whaler should be arriving soon. Okay, team skill upgrade for the diplomacy. Oh, right. I haven't actually had a look at that. Oh, Zhatelier has a bit of morale failure. And Gunnar, shouldn't you be returning? No, well, oh, just survey completed. Let's quickly pause. Because we did find something, and so let's have a look. Alta B4. The survey has been completed. The additional deposits of uridium have been found. The amount available increased from 129,000 to 4.6 million tons. Then corundium has been found increased from 99 million to 101 million. Accessibility increased from 0.1 to 0.8. Oh, that's excellent news. Okay, right, we'll cancel that team then. And yeah, I mean, there's uridium and corundium over here. There's a lot of other resources, just not very good accessibilities, but we could easily mine at least the corundium and uridium here. And then a little bit of the extra pittances. Right, so we don't need that team anymore. We'll disband the team. There's actually 2 scientists that will be relieved from there. Then is the Alta A3 and... okay, so these have already had their surveys done. Let's have a look at the Alta. Is there anything other places that we might want to explore just in case? Alta A1. Have we done the... yes, we have done the survey there. What about the moon? It has something. The resource amounts over there are quite small. I don't think it's going to be worth it. And that one we just did, didn't we? Also, let me quickly get that one up and to the side there, just so that I can keep on track on that. Even though there's not much going. So it was the B4 that we just did. Okay. B3. Not very good accessibilities other than Sorium, but a lot of resources in there. So do we have a colony there? No, but we could make one. Need to zoom in a little bit. So we'll make a colony over there. We'll send a team to investigate that. Now, to be fair, it may take a while. This time we're not going to send any researcher to the team. Just going to send in military officers. We'll create that team. Of course, the rating is not as high, but then we'll have at least more research available here if need be. Though I don't think we currently need. Oh, we got another automated mine here, so the annual production is now 300 tons. The total mining that we are doing is dropping quite a bit right now, which is one of the reasons we do need more freighters. Speaking of which, I think we'll build another freighter over here. Don't assign this to Explorer 1 though, just the shipyard. There we go, so that's another ship that we're doing, mostly focusing on civilian shipping right now, because we need to get our economy fixed in order to actually support a proper military. And that is certainly easier said than done in our current situation. Let's actually have a quick look at the relations that we have. Okay, one of them is still hostile, another one is not. Can't actually do anything with the... oh, both of them have now Welsh. Okay. Thought that... alright, I see. Well, the African Union and Welsh here. That's fair enough, I suppose. Right, and we haven't actually found any new information because we haven't been in Ladur in ages. But that's fine. But unfortunately we are actually out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description, but other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.